gives? Why would you leave me all alone while I'd cry? Cause the love was never shown and I'd die, slowly fade away to black. No, I'll never get it back. No, I'll never get it back.
Last week we looked into the overall strengths and weaknesses of the team, talking about their firepower but lack of executes along with many other things. If you missed part 1, you can go back and watch it now, link is down below. Here in part 2, we're going to look at the strengths and weaknesses of the structure that the coaches and Alex had in place. One of feel, of thought, and reading the enemy, finding gaps and punishing, or giving up free kills and stalling out. So let's take a look at their strengths. One of the greatest strengths of the structure used by Cloud9 was their ability to gain map control. They would use their utility mid-round to gain key areas and use lurkers to make sure that they weren't losing any pressure. Once they would take these main areas, they could then take the information they gathered and plan the rest of their attack, a lot of the times leaving a lurker back on whichever site that they're not going to.
I think his barrel could be seen there, but smoke's down and Zephyr wants nothing to do with it. He is alone, so he doesn't want to die as well. It's just about controlling this map and making sure the team one again don't push up.
Frictionless, he just straight across the mouse pad. What do you think of that sound effect?
That's pretty cool.
So he's someone who I'm keen to see step it up.
Who's calling for a bit of help. Keserato moving in, Junior. Oh, he's flashed off. Perfect timing for that kill. Keserato doesn't want to re-swing.
Round to keep the economy stable afloat. But there's a big concession with Idis Balance just on the scout. A little bit scary. Whoa, Magix actually drops early. This is interesting. What's spurring this rotation? S-Tech gets a kill as well. Idis Balance, this is where the scout becomes a problem.
Yep, if that was an op, he would still be alive and Floppy would be dead instead. Balance has an op. But obviously his teammates don't have nearly as much to work with.
That's an awkward thing, isn't it?
Crazy, right?
It ruins their chances kind of in both rounds. Almost.
Better go big.
Yeah.
Or be able to go home.
See very methodical mid-takes every round for Cloud9. I like the info boost for Yuri. They throw that molly, it forces anyone out the corner. Flash is good, Junior's off the angle. Keserato is a dead man and there's nothing he can do, cleared by Alex. These Galils on a bonus round are working well. Floppy looking at a B lurk, and no one's considering Monster right now. B has been so quiet. Floppy has all the room in the world to get an opening kill. You can see
This ability to gain map control led to another strength of being able to rotate to maps on the fly.
I mean, like, they're leaving toilets open completely. Axel's tucked in long to hold the site.
Yeah, they're allowing the flank.
They're giving them that flank, and with 20 seconds left, lads, they're trying to sell the fake. Axel won't hear it from long.
Anthony will hear his footsteps above him.
Yep, he's starting to move. They're working it out. Site is wide open. Axel long, he would play for retake.
Having all this map control gave them room to maneuver, and they were able to sell fakes and rotate quickly without the CTs knowing where they are.
See the possibility of Cloud9 having a much better performance, and that's a great entry into the upper site, minute left, and straight down into the vents, straight down to Decon.
Yeah, Alex vent dived down to spawn, so he actually had all that control lower anyway. You can see there's already the AWP B, and they don't know about it because it's come from Garage, but Alex cleared out this hall, so Cloud9 knew if they got that hut pick, they got that player close towards door, they could get down to B with no problem. To get an opening kill, you can see Vinny is not looking his way. There's one. Oh, can't follow up. Vinny does hold on to the B bomb site. That would have been the round. Otherwise, Cloud9 were ready to pounce. Instead, they look elsewhere. Alex's lurk is time to shine now as he moves up on long, and Fury are panic rotating B. Junior will reconsider, but Alex is so deep again. He's got a lovely little timing here. Junior is not considering it right now, and he's going to get backstabbed. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Junior, he's going to... Oh, would he check it? No, he's still scoped up. Alex doesn't know. He's just tucked in the bank. He's called A clear. A is not clear, but Junior with a missed shot and will finally get punished. He had to hit that. It was a nice...
On the CT side, they were great at finding gaps to destroy the Ts. They would push or take key areas that they knew were open, or have lurkers in areas that the Ts don't expect. They were great at finding holes and not letting the teams get into a rhythm.
Extremities of ramp. Fury are now feeling this pressure, are trying to get into A. Zephyr is pushed into the hut. This is a good position for him, right? It keeps him safe from...
Junior keeps it alive, and Alex is late peeking here. They've already crossed. Smoke would have... and he couldn't do anything anyway, but now he's coming in on a late lurk to try and backstab. There's Junior looking the wrong way. Alex with an opener. Molotov down and not pushed out into the open. Alex, it's his time to shine.
Alex is even pushing outside. Oh...
Fury getting crunched right now.
Alex is just
a
grime king.
He hears them.
Oh no, Alex, this is it. The lineup, they never even know what hit them.
Drop what is now 3 of these Ts tagged within that range of lethality. Alex.
Right down long, Floppy crunching middle, catching Simple early, and it does trade with a quick tap back. Is that going to be worth its weight though, as Cloud9 is still coming in on this big flank? Na'Vi, if they commit now, they at least...
They had some great gimmicks and set utility that could help them if they ever got into a pinch or if they wanted to surprise the opponent.
Pop. We got these nades. Oh, tasty your Team 1. We know you like to do this, well, so do we.
Oh.
These set utility and tricks won them multiple rounds.
Cloud9 and S-Tag donning the AWP. There isn't one on the other side, so might be given a chance to use that.
Going down the base, you can burn it here. Double nades at the ready. S-Tag and Mezzi ready to receive. Bomb plant on default could end up against the packed side. Cloud9 were prepared for this. And here it comes, 2 onto position. And they're ahead.
The smoke going fishing, catches something. The HE, that's for the bomb plant. Here's the beeps, and here comes the HE grenade. Oh my god, it's devastating. We've got a dead...
They were great at having a single lurk or running a 1-3-1 setup with lurkers on opposite sides of the map, with the other 3 working together to gain space. This was typically Alex or Floppy, with Floppy holding areas from CT pushes, like Monster on Overpass, and then Alex just roaming around constantly taking new areas. This style kept the CTs honest and was critical to their style of feeling out the rounds based on how much ground they could gain.
Yeah, they will get it down, and they're even holding on to the lobby. This is a pistol that Team 1 need to win more than ever. Floppy late lurking through ramp to come in on a heaven road. You could smell Floppy from a mile away, that alpha stench that he gives off.
Gamer gunk.
Like a big, just hulking ape almost, right?
Cleared by Alex. These Galils on a bonus round are working well. Floppy looking at a B lurk, and no one's considering Monster right now. B has been so quiet. Floppy has all the room in the world to get an opening kill. This can often be the solution, right? Getting an AWP in play can really change things. And could that be the answer?
Oh, well, Maluki's AWP fires off first. While this has gone on, Floppy has snuck out B, gotten himself deep within the site, and now is calling for this bomb to rotate back over. Malbs is dead. The B site belongs to Cloud9, and Alex is pincering in through I. Junior. Art now tries to pick up the pieces. Floppy snuck out in the B site while all this is going on, and Floppy's like...
Their CT re-aggression was so good. They constantly kept pressure on the Ts, never letting them have anything for granted. Once the Ts cleared an area, they would go and take it back, shrinking the map on them and making rotations based off of it. When the Ts were planning the bomb, typically once they have the site, CTs wait back. But not this team. They would push smokes, they would get in your face, and they would not let the Ts set up for the after plant. Their aim would carry them in any battles that came up as they constantly shrunk the map around the Ts.
Crunching into lobby, and they're saying, you know what, Team 1, you want to try and go silent on us? You want to try and hush up for a moment? Well, we're going to bring the fight to you, and now they've taken lobby away.
Where are this position? There's Epic going for an info peek. Now Alex peeks. Oh, it's a mop-up. Peeks with him and Floppy. Safe decisions, not giving Furia a means to get back into this round or this game, and now and he goes through as well with another flash from the CT side. They are blind. Mezzi gets a single kill, traded. Good damage nonetheless. 2 CTs here, not for long. Alex not cleared, and he does get a dig off. Still trying to stand tall on the site. He's got another, but Pesiteo trades and puts it in.
To keep this game alive, in CT, S-Tag strikes with the orb. Zeppa's going to swing out and add another one to the tally. Or the Cloud9 crew.
For their structure weaknesses, when taking their mid-round map control, if they did get disrupted, they would tend to stall out and become unsure of what they wanted to do.
Pushes lobby for a frag, and that's a big one at that. If he can give his gun to someone well-armed or, you know, with more health, that would be great. Simple's coming up from below.
But previously, these advantages have been short-lived for Cloud9, so they're going to have to prove to themselves as well as us that they can handle what the... Oh, guys!
So much damage.
That was a perfect incendiary. He actually forces a smoke out of them. Axel's pushing B. Shiro deals with Mezzi. Catches one on the cross in. Intus provides as well. If S-Attack goes down, Hobbit has created space.
Lots of players around middle. He's thrust forward.
Oh, Hobbit, why are you so scary?
He has to operate on 51 HP with that AK-47. Now they go back towards A.
Oh, these are the rounds Cloud9 have had issues with in the past.
The Cloud9 Classic, I think.
This is the Cloud9 Classic. It's distinct advantage. Either don't use all the time you have or don't do your diligent clears.
Just jumping up.
Bang, bang.
There's the lack of diligent clear.
And Exile enables him first.
There's the first. And here is how it comes crumbling apart. That's a solo B short player in Alex. You would love to see a little bit more support from Cloud9. And now they've left their in-game leader dead. And they're not even going to recover the body either. So grouping back towards that A site, they've got a lot of ground to clear, right? A lot of positions that Team 1 now could currently own.
Of course, Walks are going to get that freebie.
They cancel the smokes outside, which is a trouble for Cloud9. They still have enough to re-exec for the cross, and they've tried to go through incognito, but Mousesports have been on high alert. Frozen, Rob's here, watching everything, like hawks. Depends what kind of cross smokes they go, but Robs might get a free shot. Oh, free 99.
On Inferno specifically, for some reason they played their CT so passively, and especially their B site would just get dumpstered over and over and over. It wasn't until late in the roster that they started to adjust and be more aggressive, which actually worked out great.
You can afford yourself to be a little bit more aggressive. But I think the most important thing for Alex is honestly just staying alive, holding angles, getting a kill, right, and falling back, and just getting your teammates to help.
And Furia with that initial map presence now going back into a full B play. There's only, of course, S-Tag and Floppy there. They're playing really passive, so Cloud9 don't have info just yet. They don't have that timing to help them get the info in the time when they need it. And so they just got to rely on the defenders, the anchors of the site, and it's not going too well here. Being wrapped on by Furia is never a fun prospect. And
another struggle was the immense amount of dry peeking this team would do. This would cause them to walk right into crosshairs all the time. And Oppers always looked great against this team because of that.
Scoped up for S-Tag, it's not Fango. S-Tag shouldn't hit this, and Maluki's ready for the jiggle. 5 on 3, and they know Cloud9 are hitting B now. It's all they've got in their pocket.
Oh, Malves just swings it. He just takes the fight. Oh, it's brutal.
Oh, a nade actually landing perfectly from Exile. He's got the top spin and shit.
Passive line he's been forced onto. Still finds one. Shiro's great. Walksick is 7 and 18.
And he's dead to Chris again.
Robs might get a free shot. Oh, free 99.
They would also not always be set up for trades, or they would think that they're covered when they're not, or they would go out on their own and end up giving up a free kill, and they wouldn't be holding optimal angles.
rotated. Mezzi could win the whole round right now. If only he peeked that bomb plot, and Simple gets off of it, takes the head of Mezzi.
There's more in this T half. And Simple, well, he won't let them pick
long now, and he hasn't seen anything. They take a bit of a gamble. They keep 3 players, and there we go, the spot. They see Perfecto back in the bomb site. They get...
Start their swing. No one home. Nafany trying to hit shots and not even trying, doing another opportunity. Mezzi just about has his vision restored.
There's the Falbs in a bit of a rough spot, gets wrapped from the short side. Still at Monster is Skulls, and his Deagle...
And also low in terms of being down here on the B site, but Frozen CZ needs to be reloaded, and he'll be given that crossfire. Estetag just cleaning him up, man. 3 kills for him versus these pistols, and SDY is going to make this one a little interesting. If we're talking Deagle damage, then the... Oh, Magic!
Me back. That's one thing. But yeah, otherwise I have no excuse.
Exactly.
I'll get better, I promise.
Look at this, right? Little toilet play in for Team 1. Now, they haven't cleared the close angle, but Maluki will.
No, the molly.
Holding on to middle. Hidden behind this little trash can. Little trash goblin, Mezzi. Come into middle.
Catches the orb, Maluki dead with the bomb, and now Alex covering his back as well. He's scared about long, but it's really the smoke there. He's got to run through it.
When lurking on T side, there were times that they would have control, but would push too far and give up their life. Meanwhile, the other side wasn't ready, so there was no fake, and instead they just run into a stack.
Smoked long indicates he may have to contend with the Orpa's eye line, and it is Shiro to find him. 20 seconds, already. He's already starting to rotate. Inters playing to spoil. Get flustered, bombs on their back, and Essetag goes looking. Loudly descending the ramp. They have B, but it's so short-lived. Now what do you do?
Into the B bomb site. They don't have this bomb, so they've had to send Mezzi back to go and grab it. This is wasting precious time. Zeppa has given up that man advantage up at the A site.
And sometimes they would rely too much on gimmicks. If their grenade stack didn't work, then they would end up losing the round because they gave up the site in order to do that grenade stack.
The nade is there, but bomb is down, and Nafany does catch them eventually. Now the disadvantage extended. Hobbit lingering on the smoke, and the jewels come so clean. 1xBet leans Gambit's way. Can't fault them for that. Cloud9 to change our minds collectively.
Very passive setup on B right here. They're just spotting for any early monster aggression with those double nades that you see from Essetag and Mezzi.
That's a classic smoke, Chad. You'd be proud.
Yeah, that one right there. Really just going to corral them into one side of the site. But right now, Axel and Shiro finding no contact up long. The P250 in the hands of Shiro means he might want to take a duel all the way down to bank here.
One of their util early. And they've got a nade to try and deny this default plan, but it's not going to be enough. It'll just chip him down to 50.
But from the rounds that they were winning, those B executes were just devastating. So I imagine that Cloud9 need to be prepared on that lower bomb site. Not on the pistol, though. They're stacked up in mid and con. And Team 1, here they come. It's a retake round for Cloud9. They know what's coming. And they're prepared to pop out short as this take comes in. I like the idea. The smoke is down, though. That's going to cause problems. They just run through and shot through it as well.
Overall, I believe the structure of the team had the potential to compete with the best in the world. With time to shore up the teamwork issues, I believe it could have all come together. I think this system will work, and if Alex is given a new team and he has the time for everyone to learn it, he will be successful. Next week, we're going to take a look at the individual performance of Mezzi as well as having an interview with him. Subscribe if you like, and I'll see you next week.